Hey everyone, welcome back. We're all about going deep here. So today we're diving into something I know a lot of you are thinking about.
Mm,
How to stay motivated and actually hit those goals we set, right?
really?
I mean, we've all got those lists and ideas, but it's the follow-through that trips us up sometimes.
Right. That's the tricky part.
So you guys sent in some great articles and notes on this, and what we're going to do today is pull out those strategies that actually work to keep that drive going.
I like that. Not just feeling motivated for a day or two, but actually having tools to make it last.
Exactly. So it's less about fleeting feelings and more about what having a system you can rely on.
Yeah, think of it like building a system, right, for making progress instead of just hoping inspiration hits us.
Love it. Okay, let's jump right in with something I saw a lot in your submissions. SMART goals.
Classic for a reason.
It really is. And as a quick refresher, that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Hit all those points, and your goal is already looking a lot stronger. And one of your articles had this perfect example. It talked about how instead of saying, I want to get fit, which, let's be honest, we've all probably said at some point,
Silty.
you rephrase it as, I will work out 3 times a week for 30 minutes over the next 3 months. Big difference.
Huge. See how much clearer that is? Right away, you know what you have to do, how often, when it needs to be done by.
And that's where that measurability comes in, right? Because you can actually track if you're making progress, and that in itself can be motivating.
100%. Plus, by making sure it's achievable, something you can actually fit into your life, and relevant to your bigger goals, you're way more likely to succeed.
It takes away that feeling of being overwhelmed, which I know is something a lot of you are struggling with.
Yeah, if you look at the science behind it, being that specific actually engages different parts of your brain.
Mm,
Makes it much easier to plan and take action compared to just having a vague wish.
makes sense. And that kind of leads us to another big theme in what you sent, which is breaking down those big goals into smaller steps.
Right, because facing a huge project head on can be paralyzing.
Totally. Like one article used the example of writing a book, which 300 pages daunting, right?
Oh, yeah.
But they said, shift your thinking to just writing 500 words a day. Suddenly, it feels manageable.
That's the key, right? Because each time you hit that small target, you feel a sense of accomplishment.
And it's like building momentum. You get one win, then another, then another.
And that feeling isn't just in your head. It's actually triggering those reward centers in your brain. You get a little hit of dopamine, which basically tells you, hey, keep doing this, it feels good.
Nice. So we've got these clear, broken down goals. What else did we learn about staying motivated?
Well, a lot of you highlighted the power of visualization.
Oh, yeah, picturing yourself succeeding, right. But this isn't just daydreaming.
No, it's more than that. If you regularly imagine yourself hitting your goals and really feel those good emotions that come with it, you're actually making your brain more likely to believe it's possible.
Interesting. It's like you're creating this mental blueprint of success that your brain can then follow.
Exactly. You're basically priming yourself to spot opportunities that align with your vision.
And then, of course, to stay on track, you got to see where you're going, right? That's where tracking your progress comes in.
So important. And there are a ton of ways to do it. Some
Mm-hmm.
people use apps, some keep a journal, others like a good old-fashioned checklist.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works, as long as you can see how far you've come,
Because seeing that progress, it's like proof that your efforts are actually working.
for sure. And it gives you chances to celebrate those milestones along the way, even the small ones.
Those small wins add up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, we have to talk about deadlines.
Seems obvious, but I think sometimes we forget how powerful a deadline can be.
Right, because it creates that sense of urgency, helps fight off procrastination,
It's about giving yourself a framework to work within, knowing when things need to be done.
keeps you focused. And it prevents goals from becoming these endless, abstract things. Gives you a clear point to work towards.
So, tying it all together, what your research is telling us is that lasting motivation isn't about waiting for that initial spark to come back. It's about actively building a system, setting SMART goals, breaking those down, visualizing yourself succeeding, tracking your progress, and setting those all-important deadlines.
Like one of your sources said, keep pushing forward, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve.
That's a good one. Okay, so here's something to think about as you go about your day. Which of these techniques can you start using right now, today, to get some momentum going towards a goal you have? What's one small step you can take right this minute? We'd love to hear about it.
Let us know.
Thanks for tuning in to the Deep Dive. We'll see you next time for another deep dive into the topics that matter most to you.
See you then.